Carthage must be destroyed. I am going to look at some Perry miniatures today. These are my Christmas present that I ordered late, and they also arrived late. For you people that live internationally outside of the United Kingdom, you'll know that around Christmas, around the New Year, they had a postal strike followed by a cyber attack. So I ordered these back in January, these boxes that I'm about to open up, these Christmas gifts, and they only got here today, in the first day of March. So yeah, I mean, nothing we can do about that. I mean, things happen in the world and there's delays, but they got here and I'm happy with them all the same. I was in no rush, I guess, to get them. But that's all passed, so I'm going to open these up and compare these Agincourt Perry medals that I have with the plastics that you see in the back here. So let's open these boxes up here one at a time. Here you got AO2 and AO2S. Don't worry about those numbers, that's not what matters. What matters is what's inside. So I'm going to show you guys the first ones here. These are really cool. These are 100-Year War Handgunners, and you can see here, we'll start with this guy here. You can see with the mold line sitting, but he has a long stick with a miniature cannon on the end. That's what the handguns were of the time, I suppose, eh? So basically, you got this guy who's reloading his handgun. And the fun thing about Perry when they send you the, oops, sorry if that was a bit loud there. One fun thing about Perry when they send you their items, they always use these like little black boxes with this essentially just cotton or foam in there, and sometimes it sticks to the models, but it keeps them nice and protected, but that's fine. So you can see here, like I should show you guys this here again. All of the gear matches the late 100 Years War, right? They got the padding, they've got the right helmets, they got the chain, the right era. But of course, these guys have guns, handguns, and you can see here, you've got the stick there, which eventually becomes a cannon. And this guy looks like he's holding it like a bazooka, right? So I guess it's the medieval bazooka. Then they fire big old, not that big for these ones, but they fire some sort of shot out of there, some cannonball. Here's a lad that has a, looks like he's got a wick or something. He's gonna light a cannon. So the idea is that in this kit here, but I want to show you guys the other one here too. I might as well show you the other guy here first aiming. They got different helmets and gear, but you know, these guys are aiming with the hand cannons. This guy is reloading, and they're meant to be a team. So the set that comes with 6 guys on the Perry website, they have 3 guys that are going to have the hand cannons like so. And then the other 3 lads are going to be guys that light the hand cannons, right? So this guy's got his kind of a, I'm calling it a wick because I don't actually know the term, but the stick that he uses to light the hand cannon, he's going right up to him. And I'll probably base them separate so I can move them around, but I guess the idea is that, I'm actually not sure where he'd be lighting, but you know, he'd go up to the cannon, light it, and then this guy's aiming with the stick, right? So, and again, they're all decked out in different clothing. Even on the medals, you can see they got so much detail on the sidearms, and they've got the little pouch here. Maybe there's some black powder or something in there. Maybe there's like the little cannonball. This guy here, he's reaching into a pouch, pulling something out, getting ready to fire more stuff. And I mean, he has a sidearm here, and he's also got the buckler here. So, you know, Perry really goes down with the details. And especially these metals are actually a bit older than their plastics, which I'll share with you guys soon. I actually like this guy a lot. He's got his coat open. You know, maybe he's too hot from dealing with the black powder and the gunpowder all day. I don't know. But so those are the handgunners, and they do have one set of those for the era there. I don't often see people use the handguns because usually when you think Agincourt and the late 100 Years War, or even just 100 Years War, you're thinking like archers, and that's archers and like other types of like crossbowmen and stuff for ranged. Obviously now I'm opening up this next pack. I ordered a bunch of archers, and I just want to share them here with you guys. They look really amazing. These are the partially armored archers you can see here. So they've got some, you know, they've got some plate mail there. They've got some nice padding. This guy's got more chain on him, which will be nice and easy to paint because you just have to dry brush and go. But these are great models, and I didn't want to get the whole set of plastic archers, because I feel I have so many models, but I also wanted more ranged options for my French. I do have crossbowmen, but I also thought archers would be good, and I think these guys can cover either English or French bowmen. And again, you know, they do all the sidearms, the bucklers and stuff. This one's nice because he puts the arrows in the ground and then you're kind of attached to the base. The only downside with some of these archers is that, and I'll show you here, if you want to put them on a round base, the actual model's base they're standing is quite long, so you might have to chop something up or kind of use a different size of base. You even got a hammer there, right, for the stakes and stuff. That's really cool. But yeah, really detailed. I don't know, I might string these guys too. I've never strung up archers' bows. I might try it. And oh, you see, again, they do this on their models. This guy has dysentery because he's rolled down his hose here, right? I love the detail on Perry because they put even like, you know, the diseases and stuff. These guys got sick and, you know, they can't wear their pants up. They can't wear their hose up when they're fighting because they're not having a good time with the dysentery. This guy too, you know, is he down? I don't know. Yeah, I think he is. These poor lads marching in the fields just to get dysentery, right? Going to war and then they get sick with dysentery. So those were the armored guys. And then I also have here, they have armor, but again with dysentery here, they have armor, but these guys have less armor. So the other guys I just showed you had the plate armor, and Perry, even before the plastics, was doing this weird scale helmet stuff here. But I'm going to mix all these guys into one unit, and then I can either use them as veteran upgrades or just regular archers, just to represent them. And then these guys just have like regular padding, not so much on the plate side of things. I like this guy's chapeau here, his hat, floppy hat. And again, then these will be really fun to paint too because I can half them. So I have my friend Tim has these guys as well. We were playing Lion Rampant with it, and he did a really good job of like doing like reds and yellows and blues and yellows and stuff like that. So I'll probably do something similar with the padded guys. These guys would work really well for Bretonia as well, I think. This guy's interesting because I'll have to see how they build him on the website. But his bow is attached to him here. I don't know if that's supposed to come off. I'll have to check the website. But it looks like he's supposed to have this bow away from him and knocked on an angle. Do you know what I mean? He's got an open hand there. So I'll have to see what that is about. But look how wide this base is here. Like if I'm using these 20 millimeter squares, it might fit at an angle, but it's probably better on a round base than a square base. So yeah, some of the bases on the old medals are kind of longer. So anyway, that's my Christmas present. Well overdue on presenting that, but that's okay, as I was saying. One thing I wanted to share in this video is just because I do like to show you guys the size comparisons. Perry did the medals first, I believe. That was what came out first. And then eventually they got into box sets. Now, the infantrymen came first. I don't know what order they came in, but I know the medals were there first. And then they had the plastic box sets of the, they had the Foot Knight box set. They have the French infantry box set. Then they also had the English archer box set. And those were your plastics that came out. Those first three came out first. I don't know which order it is. And then the most recent addition to the Agincourt was back here was these the plastic knights. And I showed some knights on the channel before comparing with the plastic. The horses themselves here are the same horses that you'll find in their 1450 to 1500 men-at-arms and light cavalrymen. They just use the same horses. You just don't give them as much armor, and it's essentially works out to be the same. But I shared this before, but between the plastic sets, the actual knights and the horsemen themselves are slightly bigger. You can see that they are slightly bigger, not too bad, slightly bigger than the infantrymen. So the infantrymen, the plastic ones, are smaller in basically, I'm going to say width and maybe a bit of height than the cavalrymen. But I just want to show you guys, if you get the old medals, how they line up next to the plastics. And, from a distance, it's not really going to matter. But the medals are definitely a bit more bulky, whereas the plastic infantry, but that's so close. Like you can barely even tell. You know, I think the metals are slightly bulkier, but it's such a minor difference that when you put them on the field and they're going to be standing next to each other, nobody's going to notice. And even then, these guys, like some of them just look right on par. Like, you know, that's going to bother nobody. So that's again one reason I like Perry so much too. So many of their lines will match each other in size, more or less, right? Like if you go and buy the old War of the Roses medals and then put them beside the War of the Roses plastics, they are a bit smaller than the Agincourt guys for height and stuff, but the medals and the plastics look good together. Whereas like again here with the Agincourt guys, a little bit of a size difference, but they more or less match. So I guess the bigger ones here, and maybe, you know, even the size different, like I think you can tell. You can't really tell, I guess, with the with the width, and that's a good thing then. So yeah, to my eyes, the knights are a little taller and beefier, just a little bit, but it's such a minor difference. Now the horses are quite high, but again, like if they're operating in their own units, nobody's gonna notice, and they still are pairy, like, you know, they match, and they'll fit in great with each other when they put them on. So, but yeah, that's what I got for Christmas. Just a little look at the different scales there, and when I put them all together, I'll have a nice mix of armored dudes again, not this guy because it doesn't have any plate, but I'll have a nice mix of guys with I think he's got some armor on his knee here. Nice mix of guys with more plate mail mixed in with some regular troops that just have the basic kind of padded gear, and have a nice little unit of 12 archers for, you know, line rampant or hail Caesar, whatever I do. And then I have a nice little, you know, unit of handgunners for something alternative. And I think I might actually paint the handgunners first just to get one more unit. It's only 6 men in line rampant, so it'd be nice to have something other than the elite infantry. I can have elite infantry and hand cannons running around. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys today. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer the old metals or do you like the plastics? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And I will keep updating people and sharing progress on this stuff because I know some of you guys are interested. I was going to say too, with this guy here, it looks like I put sand on the bottom. This is from AK-47. It's their desert sand. I just have so much extra that I put it on and then I paint brown and doctor it up so it looks like earth after. So he's not going to be looking like a crusader when he's done. You know, he's not in the desert. He'll actually have something. It's actually, this here is the exact same stuff here. As you can see, I've painted over it and worked with it so it, you know, looks more like mud and earth and stuff like that. So anyway, that's all I want to share today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and we'll see you all in the next one. Oh, I just noticed he's got a nice hood behind him there. Anyway, have a good one. Bye-bye.